Okay, and then the camera got dark. I'm gonna see how long it takes me to open up these Beats headphones. I actually filmed two different snippets earlier today. Day 2 of juicing. The juice of the moment is there. What is that? Celery, kale, lime, spinach, collard greens, beet, ginger, habanero, and parsley. I guess I want to talk to you guys when I get a little hungry, right? I think we're so conditioned to eating. Like, even if we're not starving, for me, it's such a routine just to be like, oh, it's coming to the end of Sunday. Where am I going to eat? What am I going to do? It's like a eating for entertainment type of thing. Last night was really hard. But today I prepared myself better. I don't know if I'm gonna put that snippet in from earlier this morning where I kind of got out of the apartment. I was looking so rough, like how I'm looking right now. I don't care, you guys. I get dressed Monday through Friday. If I'm not going out on the weekend, if I'm just running like little stupid errands, spending my own money, I really just don't care. I have nobody to impress. My debit card does not say, girl, do you have on makeup today? Nope. And that is what I use to spend my money. So, yeah, I should do better in the vanity of life, but just haven't been feeling like it lately. And I also put that, I don't know if I'm just going to upload those clips that I did earlier today because I was getting out of the apartment and I don't want to always be in the apartment when I film. Now, you know what? I'm really just going to have to destroy this box because this is my second pair of these, actually. And they just don't make it easy. Everybody knows that about any kind of electronic packaging. Like, man, they already have the black thing on it to stop you from stealing it. And then they, once you buy it, the case to get it out and everything, I might just have to just knife this box up. Just admit you own these headphones, Carolyn. Admit it. These are yours. Just get the headphones out. This is the kind of stuff, right? My energy level, it's decent. It's higher than it was yesterday. I can say that, but I can see myself easily either just like accepting a lot of things or getting irritable about some things. Like impatient, I would say, like these headphones right now. This morning, and the little clip that I did, I was saying how I kind of prepared myself a lot more today because I got up, I had my apple cider vinegar, took my blood pressure medication, made sure that I drank some water first thing in the morning, like at least a bottle or two, had my juice, made sure I drank a bottle after that, and I think that's how I'm going to do it too. Trying to make sure that I'm forcing my water in. I did get the box open, so how many minutes did that take? Right? I wanted to charge it because I know how the charging thing on this works. I love these headphones. They kind of motivate me to work out, actually, because even though I have the trainer, I love not being told what to do. So much of my day, especially working, for a company, somebody is always telling me what to do. And then when I get off work to go sit with a trainer who's also telling me what to do, even though it's good because it's pushing my limits, it just gets annoying, right? And I'm one of the chunkier people that my trainer works out. I just wanted to show you guys myself today. I mean, I'm putting my shirt in so you can see more of my body. I don't feel like that I look like so bad. Most people would not think that I was 200 pounds. I mean, you would definitely think girl is chunky. Like, I'm not skinny, but it's not like I'm like fully like bulging or pudgy. You can't see me in that mirror back there. I mean, I'm pudgy, but whatever. Anyways, to that own self be true. So I told you guys my juice of the day, second day is going better. It is a lot of juice to get in if you do it properly. Why? I do not eat enough throughout the day on a regular basis. So now the idea of drinking 4 to 5 juices is going to be challenging for me because I'm not used to even eating that many times a day. I just do a few meals here and there as I see fit. I do not believe in a one-size-fits-all kind of fitness diet plan. I don't believe in a one size fits all at all in life. And it's so funny, I saw on Instagram this morning, like, the biggest thing that you have to understand about me is that I'm not you. If people would really grasp what that really means, just about perspective and perceptions and assumptions and all kind of things, we are so varied as people in what drives us, what motivates us, what bothers us, what ails us, and things that really ail people, they normally don't really talk about if you really think about it. If something is really troubling you, especially troubling your soul, it takes a lot to be vulnerable because we know what kind of world that we live in, right? And my hat's off to anybody who can be vulnerable. I'll say this. I stopped doing YouTube, and anybody who has watched my channel normally knows that when I do come back, I do a challenge or something I'm working on. It is therapeutic for me. I like to document different things that I'm doing. And no, I did not feel like documenting the last 6 months of my life because I think it was a dark time, but I didn't even really realize how dark it really was and how dark it really is, you know? I've been through a lot in every area of the allergies, right? Like emotionally, with my emotionality, spirituality, even my mental, you know, and my physical. So anyone who makes the incorrect assumption that I'm only going on a juice cleanse just to lose weight is just kind of so incorrect, you know. And I don't think that you can do even a juice cleanse or a detox or even really want to do it unless there's something greater that you're seeking in yourself. I've never really seen a shallow person to just say, oh, I'm just going to do this. Like, especially for, they might do it for like 3 days, but for like an extended amount of time, no. It's like you have to have something going on in your mind that you just want a clear out, and you want to take yourself to the next level. And even if taking yourself to the next level is on just a physical, that takes a lot of mental. Like, I used to really, and y'all know I get real. I used to really look down on like really like athletic people, like really physical people. It wasn't anything like, you know how some people are really crazy about athletes and the, I just wasn't there. I think now I'm finally getting the amount of discipline it takes to transform and maintain your body. That is more than just a physical thing. It takes a certain kind of mindset to do that. And it's really fascinating, especially as you get older. I'm not talking about 19 to 20, but I'm talking about like 30 and up. The level of drive that it takes to do that is on a whole nother page. And then if you say, you know what, I want to do this cleanse, like I don't even really consider this a fast. I consider it like a cleanse, really a detox. I want to just bring myself back in balance, like shift some things, feel better. Just something that I have really been wanting to do now for months and months and months and months. I've been wanting to do it. You can even like ask my friends and stuff. And it's so weird. Last summer around this time, I was vegetarian. And like I said, I stopped because of the peer pressure of just trying to entertain somebody else. And that's going to be a balancing thing because he comes home tomorrow. And it's easy for me to do by myself, but with somebody else, it's like, okay, where do I draw my personal line? You know, so a lot of things come out and come up when you make drastic changes in your life. And when you don't do them just haphazardly. Sometimes we get ourselves into situations, let's just say we're just going to take this little detox that I'm doing, and then it becomes a lot more because I thought, man, I've cut gluten, I've cut salt, I've cut sugar, I've cut dairy. I'm not going to have a problem just drinking juice, like, or, you know, juice and salad, because I may have to add some salads in, y'all. Not like just veggie, only eat things that can be juice, because there is something I was thinking about, fiber. Because I did not expect it to like send me to the bathroom and do all kind of like different things to me. I just wasn't expecting that, you know? And I wasn't expecting the level of discipline that it takes to say, I'm coming out of my normal routine, out of my normal habits. But great things happen when you shake things off your habit. Like, I really do believe that. Great things do happen when you're willing to come out of your comfort zone. And it's so crazy because people say that kind of crap is what I call it at work, and it doesn't register to me there, but it registers to me in other areas such as my health, right? And I just encourage you. I know people say, oh, don't focus on a whole bunch of stuff, but I just really encourage people to be more understanding of change and how hard it is to make a change. You have to first understand, are you the kind of person that believes that other people can change? I believe that anybody can turn their life around. A murderer, a rapist, a pedophile, a crook, a criminal. I really believe that people can change. I believe that people can come off drugs one time and for all in their life. Like, that has been proven. Now, will other people accept them, forgive them, and give them grace for them as a new individual? That's up to those people, right? And it's such an interesting concept to think about. Do you really believe that people can change? And are you an open enough person to accept people changing? Are you an open enough person to accept that people may not change instantly, that it may take time? You know? In today's world, a lot of people, they don't accept that. They want everything instant. If you don't lose 50 pounds in 6 months or 50 pounds in 30 days, then you ain't do nothing. You know? But it's so funny to me. I'll put it in this perspective, just keeping it on the surface, just about weight. How last year I had lost a good amount of weight. I know very few people really like said anything to me, like just a few. And then this year, those same people were like, well, what happened? Because last year you were looking good. Last year. And I'm like, they didn't even act like that. They noticed the change in me then, but then when it falls back, then they notice the change. And it's like, what happened to me? Life happened to me. You know, if you watch the channel, you know what happened to me. Most likely, if you work with me or you're around me, you know what happened to me. You know, a lot. And I think anybody, I don't have to go into detail, you know, anymore, and just say that sometimes things can happen to you in your life and you on the outside would be sadly mistaken, very surface and superficial, if you don't think that it has a deep reaching effect on a person. Does that make sense? So I don't put, it's impossible to put everything out in a few minute video. I try not to make my videos really long, just something, because I know that time is of the essence, and then I have a lot of things on my mind, so it's better for me to just like make like a 45-minute video on one topic than trying to get so many different topics in. But for me today, the idea of making a change, whether other people accept you in that or not, you know, and the opinions that come with that, and really just having more of a heart for people, like after you've been through something that has shaken you to the core, and having to rebalance yourself. Like, I was watching, I never used to watch TV, guys. I didn't even have a TV, didn't want a TV, my boyfriend wanted a TV, but now I watch a little TV here and there, and I watched a few things last night. I watched What the Health and Marie Kondo, The Magic of Tidying Up, and I just have such an open mind. You would think by me doing this juice thing that What the Health would appeal to me, but I found it a little bit too heavy-handed, aggressive, and the person who did it was just in a different mental state. Like, I feel like I've been through so much in my life that I'm a very accepting and open, and I don't have the energy to debate. And the person who was behind that, love, you can just tell he just has that debate in him. And I understand, because he's passionate about this purpose that he has, so it's just who he is. But we're all at different places at different times of our life. Not to say that a person shouldn't be passionate or shouldn't want or demand answers, but there's different ways to reach different people. And that comes back down to the original thing, is that we're all different. You have to understand that I'm not you, you're not me. We're going to be motivated by different things. And that changes with time. I can't stress that enough. That's called maturity too. Changes with time. It should change with time, you know. But it's just interesting, because sometimes you feel that you're rebalancing, or sometimes you feel off balance. Like right now in my life, I can tell you I feel completely off balance. Like nothing interests me. It's like a very disassociated time in my life. And social media is a thing now. I was scrolling through Instagram and they had a story, I think a couple of days ago, like within the last 7 days on the Real Humans of New York, where this guy was saying that he just didn't, he feel like he was like watching his life in third person, but everything was going well. He had a job and food to eat and stuff like that, but he just never really felt connected. And then they scrolled down and he was saying how his mom was schizophrenic and bipolar, and he just always just like lived his life in a certain kind of way. So I read the comments on that, and everybody was saying that he had like a dissociative disorder, that's like a real disorder, and that he had PTSD. Like the way that he was coping with life by taking several steps back and just kind of like floating in and not feeling connected was because of the trauma that he experienced. And I can relate to that. I can relate to sometimes you will incur different traumas in your life that you will not be able to just be rah 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 and just you just can't do it. And then like so last night after I watched What the Health, I watched the Marie Kondo episode, the third one, and she was tidying up this lady's home whose husband had passed 9 months ago. And oh my god, like I say, I don't watch that much TV and stuff, but when I tell you, when that lady, and see, it'll make me emotional right now just thinking about it. When that lady, Marie Kondo, was trying to tell the lady, don't worry about tidying her husband's stuff, just leave it. Let's just do your whole house, and then we're going to come back to your husband's stuff. She said no. She stopped and she wanted to go do her husband's stuff. Of course, she wanted to go do it by herself. She's all gung-ho with her blonde hair and just, living that sunny girl life. And she got in that closet, honey. And I was like, well, she about to cry, because I'm about to cry. I felt the pain of that when you're looking at somebody's physical stuff that they wore and that they lived in next to you. And she talked about the phases of life that he had been through. Like, he went through a Hawaiian shirt phase. And then he went through his cowboy shirt phase. He's got cowboy boots. When we would take our road trips, well, she was a flight attendant. When they would go on their trips, he would always read these cowboy books. So she had all these things of his that were a marker of the life that he lived. And I just felt that emotion, like just her standing up there. It's a level of humanity that you don't have to explain to people. There's a level of compassion that you can feel in another person. And it's not even this humanity, because animals even do that. But for some reason, this current world that we're in is trying to get so far away from that, and it's trying to crucify and become more vicious and fact-finding and poking holes. And people are just like, look, this is me, this is who I am, perfect, imperfect, whatever. I didn't become this way overnight, or because one or two things happened to me. A lot of things have happened that I've had to overcome and overcome and overcome and overcome. And then sometimes you come to a moment where, even with all the faith in the world, you know that you're going to overcome. But the energy that it takes to see it through another day is a challenge. That's why me personally, I could never bash somebody or kick somebody who's down. Never ever. Because I know what it's like to be truly down. I don't really understand people who are able to do that, especially as they get older. It's like, do they just not know what it's like to struggle through development, or do they not try to develop at all? That's kind of my ideas about it. But it's just very interesting when you do get into a different path of thought or take a different course of action, how you become a little bit different than the people around you. Even today when I went to go buy the headphones from Best Buy, the girl, she was just so, oh my God. And I get it. I totally get it. There's this consumer energy, hyped up, caffeinated culture that we have in America, where everybody's just like, girl, I'm on green juice and apple cider vinegar. I'm at a real low energy day today. That's what I told her. I don't mean any harm. Thank you so much for your help. I'm fine. That kind of like took her back. I think she left me alone for like, for real, 30 seconds. And then here she came back again. I was like, I've had these headphones before, they broke. Then she's trying to upgrade me, upsell me. I said, they're going to break in a year. They're going to come back with something else. She's like, oh. And it's just like, I just breathed. I just let her. And she left. She went on about her day. And I say that to tie into this conversation about change and recognizing that you are not me and I'm not you is also about respecting those things. Being able to read the energy of other people. But first you got to be able to read the energy in yourself. Which brings me back to my juice. Back to juicing. Back to creating lifestyle changes and mindset changes, whether that be juicing or meditating or praying or going to church more often. However, you have to get it into you to make a real change. And you can really tell people who've had to and who've made that shift in their life. And that's something that I admire. I do not admire the person sitting down gossiping, talking about people, cussing and fussing and using up all their productive energy, just hooping and hollering and not getting anywhere. I don't admire that. I'm sorry. I'm like, oh, you could have used that energy and did something productive. You could have went to the gym with that. No? Okay, fine. But it's like, just respect that we're not all the same. Right? Just respect it. And I know I'm kind of rambling now. It's just like so many different like pointers that I even want to talk about. Like even like watching that What the Health, that message was a little bit like aggressive to me. But one thing it made me not want to do was eat bacon though, because of that scene in the documentary where that lady, country black lady, you know, I can connect to that, was saying about the cancer and how something was out there causing them cancer from the pig farm. And I'm like, now why is a pig farm causing the people surrounding it cancer? Now that's happening. That's definitely something wrong. You know what I mean? Like something's. I don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out. Also brought me to the idea and the thought of, and this should be its own separate video, my lack of just acceptance that you don't instinctually know when you need to get back on track with yourself or take a new path within yourself. Like in that documentary, everybody was saying like how they just never thought, never knew. And then the guy, he kept trying to make people like say it scientifically that there's something in the food or there's things you can do differently with food to heal your body. He's trying to force it out of people, beat it out of them. Man, please. You either accept it or you don't. That you have your own level of intelligence and an internal compass within you that is guiding you. Whether you call that spirituality, God, or just indigestion. If you don't feel good, you don't feel good. You know? Don't expect a foundation or a scientist or a medical report to tell you this is what it takes for you to feel well. You know? That's not the culture that we live in. Like somebody called it the sad diet. The standard American diet is a sad diet. And I know that, and I'm not even trying to be funny or get, you know, preachy about it. I'm just talking about me, not you. I know that when I eat what's normal, I feel so bloated, lethargic, instantly. Like I get more inflammation, my knees and stuff start hurting. I just feel like I'm wobbling like a whale. Where's the nap? You know? Nobody's got to tell me that. I can feel that. You know, and I think it's really important to feel things within yourself. When you kind of detox from things, and I need to detox from my social media. It's really important. And just take time to yourself. It creates such a new platform because then you can decide the things you need to keep and the things you need to let go. Everything you have is not beneficial or required for the next phase of your life. And that for me is what a detox is coming to some clarity. And I'm not going to make this video forever because you guys know. Did I read this? I was reading this somewhere. Yeah, I was reading this in a business journal at work. That most bright ideas and innovative ideas do not come while you're actually at work. It comes when you are allowing yourself some downtime, some rest time. My grandmother would always say that she comes with her best idea when she's washing dishes. That's where that old idea of coming up with ideas on the toilet comes from. Mowing the lawn, doing your hobby. It's just something about getting, they call it technically mind wandering. That's what computers are not able to do, is allow their process to stop and just wonder about the what if. There's something about the wondering about the what if when you're not on task, when you're just alone in your own thoughts, that allows creativity, innovation, and change. They're already studying that for technology purposes, for AI purposes, as people are like so afraid that AI is going to take over, like what is really making our brains, the human brains, different, because computers are faster. It's that wondering, it's that we're able to shut it down when nobody's asking a question and come up with our own thought. This video had a lot. That's why I like to make long videos, because I can go on and on and on just talking about different things as I'm waiting on my headphones to charge. I'm going to go listen to me some Smokey Robinson. I have been feeling that song, just cruising together. That's like what I'm going to do. I'm gonna finish my juice, have some water, and go work out for a little while and just meditate and pray, really. I would say something like hoodoo, like, ooh, I'm going to set good intentions or all this kind of stuff. No, I feel like a lot of things. I feel, this may be too much for y'all, but y'all done said this far. I feel that a lot of people are going through a lot of things right now that they are masking. And I'm not just talking about like one or two people that I know. You can see it everywhere you go, because we're in this society of like filters and people just like trying so hard on the outside. And it's like the moment you get with them one-on-one, like if they feel that you have that kind of open vibe or whatever, all this other stuff comes out, like that'll make your mouth like like I have literally like tried to have drinks with people since November, and the other person ends up crying. I'm like, I'm the one that wants to cry. Like other people are like going through. So I know that life is a journey, and it's all about how you take it, right? Oh, I'm gonna talk to y'all. I am not gonna talk anymore. This is gonna be my longest video. Let's see how long it takes it to upload, and I'm going to the gym. Put some comments down below. You guys can feel my vibe and my energy, and that's what it is. It's a vibe, it's an energy, it's a frequency. It's not always the same. It does change. But I'm always striving to make it better. Even when it's a dark time, even when I feel like so frazzled, I cannot put my hand on it, and then it's like, oh shit, something bad did happen to me, Something I wasn't expecting, and maybe I am just coping with it. Woo! I done got real transparent on y'all. So, yep, there you have it. Hopefully you are enjoying your Sunday. I am going to go comb my hair at some point. After I finish my juice. Let me know if you've ever been on a juice cleanse or a fast of any kind. Juice or fast. How many days? And what did you learn from it? Overall, because I'm sure you took something away from it. What was your number one takeaway? Thank you so much for watching my rambling. Enjoy the rest of your day.